There are places on Earth that you and I will never be able to set foot in. Not because they're too far away, not because they're impossible to reach, but because they are forbidden. These hidden corners of our planet are locked away behind razor wire, armed guards, deadly landscapes, or laws that make them untouchable. They are forbidden zones, scattered across the globe. Some are protected by governments with terrifying levels of secrecy. Others are so dangerous that stepping foot on their soil could mean instant death. And some hide secrets so strange, so unsettling, that we have to wonder, are they being kept from us for our safety, or because the truth is too dark to reveal? From the outside, these places may look ordinary. A lonely island, an icy mountain, a sealed vault, a quiet building in the middle of nowhere. But behind those barriers lies something else entirely, hidden archives that may rewrite human history, secret military programs shrouded in conspiracy, haunted grounds where thousands died in agony, or natural environments so deadly that survival is impossible. Governments call it protection. Scientists say it's preservation. But the mystery remains, why are we never allowed inside? And why does every culture, every nation, seem to have at least one place that is locked away from the rest of the world? Tonight, we take a journey into the shadows. From islands crawling with venomous snakes to underground bunkers built for the world's most powerful people. From plague-ridden ruins whispered to be haunted, to hidden archives said to contain the greatest secrets of human civilization. These are places you cannot simply buy a ticket to visit. You can't book a tour, you can't bribe your way in, and in some cases, even getting close could cost you your life. So sit back, but don't get too comfortable. Because once you discover what's hidden in these forbidden zones, you'll start to wonder, what else is being kept from us? North Sentinel Island. Hidden deep in the Bay of Bengal lies one of the most mysterious and forbidden places on Earth, North Sentinel Island. From a distance, it looks like paradise, a lush green jungle surrounded by turquoise waters and golden sand. But make no mistake, this is not a place you can ever visit. The island is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes on the planet. For thousands of years, they have lived in complete isolation, untouched by modern civilization. And they intend to keep it that way. Any outsider who dares to approach is met with hostility. Arrows are fired from the shore, warnings to stay away, or die trying to land. The Indian government, which controls the region, has declared the island completely off-limits. Patrol boats circle the waters to keep intruders out, and even aircraft are warned not to fly too close. Why? Because contact with the outside world could be catastrophic. The Sentinelese have no immunity to modern diseases, even a simple cold could wipe them out. Yet, their isolation raises chilling questions. How much do they really know about the outside world? Some believe the Sentinelese are descendants of the earliest humans to leave Africa, preserving a way of life tens of thousands of years old. Could they hold ancient knowledge, traditions, or even languages long lost to the rest of humanity? To this day, no one knows how many people live on the island, what gods they worship, or what secrets their untouched civilization might hide. It's as if time itself has stood still there, while the rest of the world changed, they remained locked in prehistory. North Sentinel Island is beautiful, but it's also deadly. And for now, it remains one of the few places on Earth where the modern world simply cannot go. Area 51. In the heart of the Nevada desert lies the most infamous forbidden zone in America, Area 51. Officially, it's a U.S. Air Force facility. Unofficially, it's the world's most talked-about mystery. Surrounded by barbed wire, motion sensors, and armed guards, this base is completely off-limits to the public. Anyone who dares to approach the restricted perimeter is met with warnings, fines, or even arrest. What exactly is being hidden here? That's the question that has fueled decades of speculation. The first whispers of Area 51's secrets began in the 1950s, when locals reported strange flying objects darting through the desert skies. Some said they looked like glowing discs. Others claimed they defied the laws of physics. The US government insisted these were just experimental aircraft being tested, but many weren't convinced. Conspiracy theories soon exploded. Was Area 51 housing alien spacecraft recovered from Roswell? Were scientists reverse engineering technology not of this Earth? Eyewitnesses even spoke of mysterious beings kept deep underground, hidden from public view. What makes the mystery even greater is the extreme secrecy. Satellites have captured glimpses of runways, hangars, and massive new expansions, yet no one outside the government truly knows what's happening behind those fences. Commercial planes are banned from flying overhead, and maps once refused to even acknowledge Area 51's existence. To this day, Area 51 is a magnet for UFO hunters, skeptics, and believers alike. For some, it's simply a testing ground for military aircraft. But for others, it's proof that humanity may not be alone, and that the truth has been deliberately hidden. One thing is certain: the deeper you dig into Area 51, the more questions you uncover. And the US government seems determined to make sure the world never gets real answers. The Vatican's secret archives. Beneath the bustling streets of Vatican City lies one of the most restricted and mysterious collections of documents in the world, the Vatican's secret archives. Despite the name, these archives aren't about fictional spy stories. This is real history, locked away where only a handful of people will ever see it. The collection stretches for miles underground, with shelves said to hold over 35,000 volumes of manuscripts, letters, and documents. Some are more than 1,000 years old. Popes, emperors, kings, and scholars have all left behind writings that may hold clues to the greatest mysteries of human history. But here's the catch: almost no one is allowed inside. Access is strictly controlled, even for top scholars. Only certain researchers with very specific requests can view a fraction of the material, and even then, only under strict supervision. The vast majority of the archives remain off-limits, hidden from the eyes of the world. So, what could possibly be inside that's so secret? Some believe the Vatican holds lost gospels or writings that challenge official religious teachings. Others suspect there are hidden records about humanity's past, such as ancient civilizations, lost knowledge, or even contact with beings not of this world. Whispers of prophecies, secret maps, and letters detailing unexplained events have only added fuel to the fire. The Catholic Church insists that the restrictions exist to protect delicate historical documents, not to conceal shocking truths. But for many, the very secrecy surrounding the archives is proof that there's something far more explosive waiting to be uncovered. Until the doors are fully opened, the Vatican's secret archives will remain one of Earth's greatest forbidden places, a vault of history that could rewrite everything we thought we knew. Lascaux Caves, France. Deep in the Dordogne region of France lies one of the most breathtaking and mysterious sites on Earth, the Lascaux Caves. Discovered in 1940 by a group of teenagers, these caves are home to some of the oldest and most detailed cave paintings ever found, estimated to be more than 17,000 years old. Covering the walls and ceilings are images of animals, horses, bison, deer, and strange hybrid figures, painted with incredible skill and detail. What's even more fascinating is that many of these paintings appear to depict movement and storytelling, as though the prehistoric artists were trying to pass down knowledge through images rather than words. But here's the catch: you'll never be able to see the real thing. The caves were open to the public in the mid-20th century, but within just a few years, exposure to human breath, light, and bacteria began to irreparably damage the art. Mold and discoloration started spreading across the ancient walls. To save them, the French government closed the caves to the public in 1963. Today, only a handful of scientists are allowed inside under extremely strict conditions. Visitors can see a full replica known as Lascaux II, but the authentic paintings remain hidden away. The mystery of the caves runs deeper than just their age. Some researchers believe the paintings were spiritual in nature, perhaps part of rituals to connect with unseen forces. Others go even further, suggesting that the abstract symbols and figures could represent knowledge passed down from advanced beings, possibly even extraterrestrials. Whether they were meant as sacred art, star maps, or messages to the future, the truth remains locked inside the caves. And because the real Lusco is forever off-limits, the world may never fully uncover the secrets left behind by those ancient artists. Snake Island, Ilha de Queimada Grande, Brazil. About 90 miles off the coast of São Paulo, Brazil, lies a place so dangerous that humans are strictly forbidden to set foot on it, Ilha de Queimada Grande, more famously known as Snake Island. This small island is infamous for being home to the golden lancehead viper, one of the most venomous snakes in the world. Experts estimate there could be 1 to 5 snakes per square meter, making it nearly impossible to walk a few steps without encountering a deadly predator. The golden lancehead's venom is so powerful that it can melt human flesh and kill within hours. Because of this, Brazil's government has completely banned visitors, allowing only carefully monitored research teams to enter. But beyond the science, Snake Island is wrapped in mystery and legend. Locals tell chilling stories of fishermen who accidentally drifted too close, never to return alive. Their bodies, some say, were later found covered in snake bites. Others whisper about hidden treasures buried centuries ago by pirates, treasures forever guarded by the island's slithering inhabitants. Some even claim the snakes were deliberately left there by ancient people or secret groups to ensure that no one would ever disturb the island's secrets. Adding to the eerie atmosphere, the island also has the ruins of an old lighthouse. The last family who lived there in the early 20th century reportedly fled, or, according to darker versions of the story, were killed by snakes that found their way inside. Since then, the lighthouse has been automated, and humans have been banned from living on the island. Snake Island is one of the most forbidden places on Earth, not because of human laws, but because nature itself has made it a place we can never truly explore. Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center, USA. Tucked away in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia lies one of the most secretive government facilities in the United States, the Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center. Officially, it's described as a Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, installation, but its true purpose runs much deeper, and much darker. Mount Weather was originally built during the Cold War, when fears of nuclear annihilation were at their peak. Beneath the surface of the mountain lies a sprawling underground city, complete with living quarters, offices, power plants, reservoirs, and even its own transportation system. It was designed to be a doomsday bunker where top U.S. officials could survive in the event of nuclear war. The facility first came to public attention in 1974, when a commercial plane tragically crashed into the mountain, killing everyone aboard. During the investigation, reporters discovered the existence of a massive underground complex, something the government had never openly admitted before. Today, Mount Weather remains active and heavily guarded. No civilian is allowed inside, and its operations are highly classified. Some reports suggest that during major crises, government leaders are quietly evacuated there. Others believe it's not just an emergency shelter, but also a command center for continuity of government in the event of total societal collapse. Then there are the speculations. Conspiracy theorists claim Mount Weather could serve as a survival zone for global elites, stocked with resources and technology unavailable to ordinary citizens. In this view, it isn't just a bunker, it's a backup world, ready to ensure that a select few can carry on while the rest of humanity struggles. Whether viewed as a lifeline for government stability or as a symbol of secrecy and exclusion, one thing is clear: Mount Weather is a place we will never be allowed to see. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. Far above the Arctic Circle, buried deep within the frozen mountains of Norway's Svalbard archipelago, lies the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, often called the Doomsday Vault. At first glance, it appears to be nothing more than a futuristic concrete structure jutting out of the permafrost. But behind its secure doors lies one of humanity's most valuable treasures, the genetic backup of nearly every crop on Earth. The facility was opened in 2008 and designed to safeguard seeds from around the world: rice, wheat, corn, beans, and thousands of other varieties, ensuring that if disaster struck, humanity would have a way to restart agriculture. The Arctic permafrost acts as a natural freezer, keeping the seeds preserved even if power fails. But here's where the mystery deepens. The vault is heavily guarded and strictly restricted. Only a handful of scientists and government officials are allowed entry. And while it's promoted as a benevolent project to protect global food security, critics can't help but ask, why the secrecy? Why does a facility that's just storing seeds need such intense security? Some theorists suggest the vault is less about protecting crops and more about preparing for a global catastrophe, whether nuclear war, climate collapse, or even something more sinister. Others claim it could be part of an elite survival plan, where only select nations and organizations will have access to the world's food supply in the event of crisis. Adding to the unease is the fact that several powerful organizations, governments, corporations, and foundations, fund and oversee the project. For some, that raises suspicions. Is the vault a humanitarian safeguard, or a tightly controlled food monopoly for the future? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is undeniable: if the world ever faced total collapse, the keys to humanity's survival may very well lie locked away in the frozen heart of Svalbard. Room 39, North Korea. Deep inside the heavily guarded government buildings of Pyongyang lies one of the most secretive and mysterious offices in the world, Room 39. Officially, it doesn't even exist on public records, yet intelligence agencies around the globe have linked it to some of North Korea's most shadowy operations. Room 39 is believed to be a financial engine for the regime, funneling billions of dollars into the country through illicit activities. Reports suggest it's involved in everything from counterfeit U.S. currency and drug trafficking, to international arms deals and even luxury goods smuggling. Some analysts argue that the survival of North Korea's leadership, and possibly its nuclear program, depends directly on the secret work done behind this door. What makes Room 39 even more chilling is its absolute secrecy. No outsider has ever been allowed entry, and even within North Korea, only the highest-ranking officials know its true operations. Defectors who claim to have knowledge describe it as a network of companies and hidden accounts spread across the world, all designed to generate funds for the country's most dangerous projects. Western intelligence has long tried to uncover its inner workings, but little hard evidence exists. Sanctions, international crackdowns, and investigations have attempted to shut down its global operations, yet Room 39 continues to function, its activities hidden under layers of deception. To many, Room 39 represents the perfect example of how secrecy can shape world affairs. Behind one locked office door, billions move, alliances shift, and nuclear ambitions are funded. Its existence is a reminder that some of the most powerful places on Earth are not sprawling military bases or fortified vaults, but quiet, invisible rooms, guarded not by walls of stone, but by layers of silence. Poveglia Island, Italy. Just off the coast of Venice lies a small island that has earned the title of one of the most haunted places in the world, Poveglia Island. Though it looks peaceful from afar, its history is drenched in suffering, fear, and death. During the bubonic plague, the island became a quarantine zone where victims were shipped off to die in isolation. Thousands of bodies were burned or buried here, and the soil is said to be mixed with human ash. Locals believe the land itself is cursed, forever tainted by the misery it absorbed. But the darkness of Poveglia didn't end with the plague. In the 20th century, the island was used as the site of a mental asylum. Patients claimed to hear voices and see terrifying apparitions. According to legend, one doctor conducted brutal experiments on the inmates before allegedly going mad himself and leaping to his death from the asylum's bell tower. Even today, some visitors claim to hear the bell toll, though the structure's bell was removed long ago. Because of this chilling history, Italy has forbidden tourism on the island. Boats are not allowed to dock there, and official visits are strictly controlled. Fishermen avoid its shores, saying the waters themselves are cursed. Yet ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts insist that at night, if you listen closely, you can hear the screams of plague victims and patients echoing through the ruins. To skeptics, Poveglia is simply an abandoned island with a tragic past. To believers, it is a gateway to the supernatural, a place where restless spirits still wander the crumbling halls and overgrown courtyards. Whether haunted or not, one thing is certain: Poveglia Island will never be a place for the living again. Pine Gap, Australia. Hidden deep in the remote outback of Central Australia lies one of the world's most secretive military bases, Pine Gap. Officially, it's described as a joint U.S. Australian intelligence facility used for satellite monitoring and global communications. But over the years, Pine Gap has earned a darker reputation, with many calling it Australia's Area 51. Surrounded by desert and heavily guarded, Pine Gap is off-limits to all outsiders. Its massive radar domes, visible even from a distance, are believed to track everything from enemy missiles to space activity. Some claim the base is part of a worldwide surveillance network, intercepting phone calls and internet traffic across the globe. But the mystery doesn't end there. For decades, conspiracy theorists have insisted that Pine Gap isn't just about spying, it's about aliens. Locals report strange lights in the skies above the base, sometimes described as glowing orbs that move in ways no human aircraft could. Whistleblowers allege that Pine Gap is equipped with advanced tracking systems to monitor extraterrestrial craft entering Earth's atmosphere, and perhaps even reverse-engineered alien technology itself. Adding to the intrigue, Pine Gap has underground levels that remain completely classified. Some speculate these tunnels house experimental weapons, hidden spacecraft, or even secure shelters for global elites in case of catastrophe. The Australian government and the CIA, however, have never revealed the full extent of what happens beneath the red sands. What is clear is that Pine Gap is more than just another military installation. With its airspace completely restricted, its secrecy rivaling that of Area 51, and countless unexplained sightings nearby, the base has become one of the most forbidden and mysterious places on Earth. Whether it's global surveillance, extraterrestrial contact, or something even stranger, the truth about Pine Gap remains locked away behind its heavily guarded. Final suspense/closing thoughts. Throughout history, humans have been driven by an insatiable curiosity, an urge to uncover what lies beyond the forbidden doors, across the sealed gates, and within the world's most guarded boundaries. But as we've explored these 10 mysterious places, one theme becomes clear: secrecy. Why are so many locations hidden from us? Why are we told we cannot set foot on islands, step inside vaults, or even fly over certain skies? Some answers seem practical: dangerous snakes, fragile ecosystems, deadly diseases. But others point to something far more unsettling: forbidden knowledge. The Vatican Archives, Room 39, Area 51, Pine Gap, these aren't just places of danger, but centers of power, control, and mystery. What lies locked away in those underground vaults, behind those government fences, or beneath centuries of silence? Are we being kept safe from threats too great to understand, or are we being kept ignorant of truths that could change the way we see the world forever? Across cultures, we've always told stories of hidden realms, forbidden temples, and sacred secrets that only the elite or chosen few could access. In many ways, these off-limits places are the modern equivalent of those ancient mysteries, reminders that not all knowledge is meant to be shared, at least not yet. But here is the haunting question we're left with: are these places restricted for our protection, or for theirs? Do governments fear chaos if the truth is revealed? Or do they fear us, the ordinary people, becoming aware of powers, technologies, or histories that were never meant to be in our hands? Perhaps the most chilling thought of all is that, behind the walls and locked gates, humanity's greatest secrets are being hidden in plain sight. The question is not whether these mysteries exist, but whether we will ever be allowed to know them. Because in the end, the world's most forbidden places don't just guard land or artifacts, they guard the truth itself.